For more than 3 decades, China's one-child policy has enforced strict controls on the country's population, the harshest in modern history. After a sharp rise in 1960, the number of Chinese people reached 1 billion in 1982. The government brought in new rules in 1979 to stop the population reaching unsustainable levels. Many couples were limited to having just one child, and could pay large fines if they had any more. The result was a sharp drop in the fertility rate, which fell to just 1.6 births per woman in 2012. According to the government, that translates into a population that is 400 million smaller than it would have been. But there have been unwanted side effects, both for individuals and for the economy. Economic growth is closely linked to cheap labour in China, but now there aren't as many young people replacing older workers as they retire. Families are now structured so that a single only child could end up supporting up to 4 grandparents and 2 parents. Many fear that an entire generation of only children has been spoiled after being showered with love and material gifts. These little emperors are often unprepared for the cut and thrust of the real world, and may lack the most basic social skills. But by far the biggest impact has been on the gender ratio, which is very unbalanced. China has a long tradition of preferring sons to daughters. Sons carry on the family name and are viewed as being physically and financially more capable. But this preference means that many women will abort their pregnancy if they find out their baby is a girl. As a result, 66 million girls who should have been born weren't. China's Family Planning Commission estimates that there will be 30 million more men than women by 2020. Many men will now have trouble finding a wife. In poorer parts of the country, bachelor villages have sprung up, where the men say they've lost all hope of getting married. Recent reports suggest that as many as 21% of Chinese men will be bachelors when they reach 50. According to women's rights activist Reggie Littlejohn, young women are now being trafficked from nearby countries for forced marriage to Chinese men. Recently, China announced that parents who are themselves only children can have more than one child. Ethnic minorities are also allowed to have 2 children and sometimes even 3. But RFA has reported on cases of forced abortion even among these groups. So while the one-child policy has eased population pressures in the country, it has also created new problems, including human trafficking.